Hmm.
Good morning and welcome to Oasis Harbor Callings. I'm so excited today. It's just a glorious sunny day down on the harbor, and I'm sitting in the Angel Cafe today with one of our guests who's just got off her ship, and she sailed in from India. Her name is Luckey Tyagi. I always get that wrong. Luckey
Tyagi.
Tyagi. There we go. Thank you for the help. Um, and Lucky's going to share with us a little bit about her experiences today. But first of all, I just want to mention that the Harbor Cafe here, the Angels Cafe that we're sitting in, is here to support you and love you, and it offers you hope. We've been really busy this week with workshops. We've been busy with a little bit of group practices, and there's so much offered here. I just encourage you all to stop in and share a little bit of your own experience. Now, Lucky's here today from India, and she has brought with her her big white smile and her sunshine and her glorious, glorious energy. And I want to welcome you, Luckey.
Thank you, Cheryl. Good morning to you.
Thank you. Pardon me?
I said I'm just so excited to be here in the Angel Cafe. And like you said, the harbor is all sunny and warm, and I can feel it. And cafes are like one of my favorite things, because cafes like to me mean coffee, cakes, conversation, and that's like the best thing ever in life. So I'm just so happy to be here.
Thank you. When you serve it up with a little bit of love and hope and whatever you need and a bit of support, it just makes such a difference, doesn't it? Right now we're sitting in a corner where we found a little bit of peace and quiet with all the coffee cups going around.
Absolutely. And an Angel Cafe is better than any other cafe, of course. So that's like, has to be the best thing ever. An Angel Cafe.
Yes, thank you. I think so too. And there's a lot of angels floating around us today. I can feel them, yours and mine and everybody else's.
Everybody else.
Yeah. I was wondering today if you could start us with a little bit of your personal early experiences on your journey into the spiritual world and where you're heading and how you got that. You've got such a lovely sharing, and your energy is so high and your vibration is so high. I just feel the sparkle all around you. And I just thought if you could share with us maybe something that helped get you started on your way.
Oh, sure, Cheryl. I think I'm a classic example of how we're all born perfect in this world, just absolutely perfect, loving, so sure of our worth, so worthy. And then, all this muck or whatever conditioning, paradigms, everything, comes and layers us with so many things that we lose a sense of who we are. So I was born this really, really happy child, full of energy, loving everything, so sure that I was special, and just so believed in myself completely till life took over. And
Yeah.
and then one day I realized, okay, I'm not so worthy, huh? People think I'm not so worthy. And I began to believe that, So I got lost somewhere. And even as a child, Cheryl, I had this side of me that was completely connected to God, source, whatever you like to call it. And I was worried about questions like, where we come from, where we go. So this was, I'm talking about when I was 3 years old or 4 years old. I would wake up in the middle of the night, wake up my mother and ask her, where have we come from? What are we here to do? What are we going to do after our work is done? And she would be like flabbergasted, this little child asking me so many questions about birth and death. And, so they used to call me Buddha. So
there you go.
So that was how I was. I was so connected to source. I would go to these places where there was this high vibration of spirituality, like temples and churches, and I would feel completely at peace, and I wouldn't want to come out. I would just connect, go into a sort of meditative trance. So that was how I was, completely so full of love.
And isn't it true that things change as we get a little bit older, as we're leaving our childhood. You know, we start to compare ourselves with other people maybe, or we are being told what we should be and what we should be doing. Did you feel that?
Yes, I did. I did. I felt the judgment of people. And I, probably being a sensitive person, I took it all on myself. I began to believe that. So I began to believe that, and slowly it became me.
Right.
So I was no longer who I was.
Right.
You know?
But you are again, aren't you? Like, how did you find that? How did you find yourself again? And where are you now in that growth?
Okay, so I found myself again because things just got so bad that there was no other way but out, you know?
Yeah.
So there was no other way out from the darkness but light. So things were just going from bad to worse and bad to worse and bad to worse. And I was like, no, this cannot be me. This cannot be me. And I tried, and then something just broke within me, something kind of, you know, broke free and shifted. And I was like, this is not my life, you know, this is not my life. But I didn't know what to do, Cheryl. I just didn't know what to do. I knew this was not my life. I knew I had to get out. I had to do something, but I didn't know what I was meant to do. I always had this feeling deep inside that there's a purpose waiting for me. There's something waiting for me, something bigger. So I never really lost hope, but I had no direction. So what I did was I just started talking to Source, angels, God. I just did that, you know, kind of mad. I did that like, and I was like, and then I read these books, and people told me that you can only connect to Source when your vibration is high. Okay. So that was a real dampener. I was like, okay, so my vibration right now is really, really low. How am I ever going to connect to Source? How am I ever going to get out of this? And then I kind of lost it, and I screamed. I screamed in the middle of the night, and I said, listen, who needs a doctor? The sick? You can't say you have to be well before you get a doctor. You can't say my angels won't come to me because my vibration is not high. I said, I don't care. You have to come to me now. You have to show me how to get out of this, not when my vibration is high. If you need me in a high vibration, come. Teach me how to get there. Come to
Wonderful.
me. I really did that. You know, I called to the sun, the moon, the earth, the water, the angels, everybody. You know, I just got into a conversation. I just got into a conversation. And as you know, I write. So all these conversations were not only verbal, these were written down. These were letters. These were, you know, not just letters, they were appeals, they were, you know, SOS, whatever. So that's how I am where I am today, because they came to me in that low vibration, they lifted me up, they brought me to the Oasis, and here I sit in this harbor talking to you.
And it's such a journey in belief and trust, isn't it? There's so many of us at so many different levels. I just love it. And what you've said is so important to people who are in that place where they just don't believe and trust that they have a high enough vibration. They don't know how to get it. And really, I guess what you're saying, and I went through this similar type of thing in my life, it's just a matter of choosing to decide to believe and to just go with it, right? Or could you offer any more words of encouragement there, or do you feel that's about it?
Yeah. No, I would say one thing. Whatever you do, don't lose hope.
Yeah.
Because till the time you hold on to that hope fosters resilience. Mm-hmm. And that resilience can get you anywhere. If you lose hope, then you're gone.
Yeah, that's the truth. And you mentioned your writing, and I love your writing. And something that you said once really attracted me to thinking maybe I could write. And do you remember what that was? Do you want to share that with us now?
You want to share that, Cheryl, since I'm back to you? Why don't you?
Well, I really loved what you said. You said that we are all writers, that writing is the words that come from our heart. So if we're writing down the words that come from our heart, they're perfect the way they are. And that makes you a writer. I think that in some senses, I know that you need to be a bit more of a storyteller to really tell it the way you tell it. And I love that. I love that too. And I see you just heading off and flying on your next journey. Can you share with us just a little bit about what you see happening, as far as your services at this moment? I know that you have Myriad Mad Musings, and I love that name. It just covers so much, and it's so perfect for what you do. You could share a little bit about Myriad Mad Musings and what you see it doing and growing into.
Yeah, sure. That's something I'm so passionate about. You'll probably have to ask me to stop. Okay, stop now, enough. Okay, so Myriad Mad Musings is what it is, like you said, because it's so many things. Even as a child, I never liked being given options of either or. I have always wanted it all. Not that I'm greedy, but why should I be limited in my choice? I should be free to do whatever I want to do. So it's myriad. There is no limitation. I could write about anything. I can talk about anything. So there is no exclusivity. It's all inclusive, everything. Mad because I believe you need to be just a little bit mad to be able to go through life, to really enjoy it, to have that spark, to probably have that humor. If you don't have a funny bone, I think you lost. I mean, if you, so it's kind of mad, but it's a little good mad. Okay. And musings, because there's no real structure. I love discipline, I love structure, but structure always has to flow. Mm-hmm. Structure can't be rigid. So it's musings, it's sharings, it just comes from the heart. It comes spontaneously. It's something that bubbles up from my core. It's something that I cannot stop. Whatever I say it when I just can't hold it in any longer. So it's not really like I am saying it, it's something deeper, maybe my experiences or source, like my life purpose, the thrust, that also says movement from source is my genius. So, sometimes I really feel, okay, this is not me. This is coming from somewhere. Where did I get this download from? So it's probably source, and I'm just the medium. So that's right. And Myriad Mad Musings is an endeavor. It's my journey to share whatever I have learned or whatever is being sent out through me. Ever since I was a child, I have been comfortable talking and writing. Those are two things that come naturally to me. And my biggest gift is my innate ability to connect to people, right to their core, That's the most beautiful gift that I have. And that's my most precious gift, and I love it. Often I've heard people say, I'm a people's person. I don't know what they mean, because it means different things to different people. But for me, I am a people's person, and what it means to me is that I love people. I just love them, irrespective of caste, creed, nationality. I'm like kind of gender blind, country blind, every kind of blind, except love and souls and people.
I see you having so much fun with people. I really do see that. You provide so much inspiration. You are definitely a shining star.
Thank you.
And I encourage everybody to take a look at Myriad Mad Musings on Facebook to begin with. I know you're working on your website too, is that right?
That's correct. I'm working on my website. So the services, like you said, if you want me to pinpoint the services, it's basically empowering people through speaking engagements, through the Myriad Mad Musing workshops that really allow yourself to be seen and heard in all your glory, Just you, authentically you. No masks, no charades, nothing. Just you. So
that is your sparkle.
Yes, and I own it. I'm beginning to own it. Thank you.
Wonderful. I find that you're definitely a big spiritual leader in the Oasis, and really we're all leaders in the Oasis. So that is the beauty of it, isn't it? We all have our own way, and no two people are ever alike. And I heard some words last evening at a group I was in, and somebody mentioned there is no weak link. And there is no weak link. That's a great way to look at it, isn't it?
Beautiful.
And from what I'm listening and hearing from you is that we're all powerful in our own way. So
Absolutely.
I want to thank you so much for sharing with us today, Luckey, and I look forward to your workshops that are coming up as well. I'd love to be involved in one or two of those. And for everybody else, I just want to say thank you for attending. The Oasis Harbor Callings and the Oasis Inner Journeys is a group of leaders changing the world. We share, we love, we support, and this is a place for tremendous growth, no matter what level you're at. Would you agree, Luckey?
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is the place where you can be at any point in your journey and you are loved and supported as is. Like Marie says, LS Marie says, as is. I so love that, you know, loving people as is. That's what the Oasis is. There are no gurus, no experts. It's a group of informal group of leaders changing the world and how. And
Yes.
how.
And
I love
how.
it.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. See you later.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.